Why play Twitch bot? Well, he is a late game god. His stealth allows easy ambushes, he deals massive AoE damage, and he can snowball games incredibly hard. However, his early game is weaker than other carries, and once out of stealth he does lack mobility. Twitch's passive is his basic attacks on hit apply a stack of venom up to 6 times. For each stack on the target takes true damage over time. Twitch's Q upon use after a 1 second delay causes him to enter camouflage. During this time he gains a small amount of bonus move speed, which is massively increased if moving towards an enemy champion. Upon breaking the stealth, Twitch gains a massive amount of bonus attack speed for 6 seconds, and when an enemy champion dies who's been poisoned by his passive, the cooldown of this is reset. Twitch's W throws out a circle on the floor, which applies his passive venom to enemies hit and slows them. Twitch's E can only be used if at least one enemy is nearby which has venom on them. Upon use, it deals damage to all enemies nearby with venom on them, dealing more damage the more venom stacks they've got. Twitch's ultimate grants him bonus attack damage, bonus attack range, and his basic attacks are replaced by bolts which can pierce through targets. For combos, use Q to get yourself into stealth before using W into your ultimate and spamming out attacks. And when you've applied your passive to as many targets as possible, use E to deal massive damage. For matchups, Twitch is great into a mobile carries who won't be able to get out of his ambushes. However, he can struggle against champions that can abuse his weaker early game. For runes, take this, lethal tempo is just too good. And gathering storm in the blue tree just makes your late game even better. For build order, start blade and pot into wild arrows and tier 2 boots. From here, an infedge and hurricane are great pickups before finishing a build with any of these as needed. For skill order, start Q then E then W before maxing E then Q then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take flash and barrier. For synergies, Twitch works incredibly well with enchanter supports, especially ones that can keep him alive in the early game and enhance all of his abilities as the game goes on. Starting the game, as Twitch you don't have the strongest laning phase, so your main focus is going to be on farming hard to become a late game beast. And of course, one of the best ways to make sure you get maximum farm is to poke your opponent down so they can't challenge you. When looking to poke, if your opponent ever steps out to farm, a couple of auto attacks into E can be great damage. Otherwise, you can look for opportunities to go in with Q. This is essentially where you'll sneak up to them and with your massive attack speed buff you get multiple attacks onto them. This combined with your W to slow them means you can often get a lot of damage in and retreat quite easily. And because your E has massive range, you can use it while you're already safe on the way out. When you hit level 6, you now bring tons of damage. So if you ever get the chance where your opponent's overextended and won't be able to get out of your ultimate range, as long as you can keep shooting safely, you'll shred anything in front of you. Entering the mid game, you want to take your tower as soon as possible and rotate mid. This will put you and your support in the center of the map to easily roam to fights and objectives. And a Twitch out of invisibility popping up on these skirmishes is just lethal. Entering late game team fights, play as the backline resetting hyper carry. Start the fight in camouflage, then open up with your ultimate and let them have it, using Q to reset or reposition in each kill. And that's how you play Twitch bot. If this video helped you, leave a like and comment below who you want to see next.